Something exciting is brewing in Singapore, and it might just transform how Americans travel, work, and live on this little island. Starting in 2026, Singapore's new visa rules could make your dream life easier. Way tougher to pull off. Dreaming of moving to Singapore for opportunities. Whether you're craving a fresh start or just curious, what you're about to hear might really surprise you. These new rules reveal who Singapore truly wants to welcome, and who it might quietly be pushing away. Get your passport ready. We're about to explore what's changing and why it's such a big deal, and how it could reshape the lives of thousands of Americans who see their future in this remarkable city-state. Before we can even begin to look at the new rules, you have to understand why Singapore is doing this. Because this isn't just about immigration policy. For Singapore, this is about survival. Singapore has spent years becoming one of the world's most welcoming economies, a go-to spot for talent and investment, and new ideas from every corner of the globe. But the world of 2026 looks very different from the world of yesterday. We're witnessing a new global landscape, one defined by intense competition for skilled workers. The US and Europe are clamping down on immigration, while Asian countries are becoming hot spots for global talent. The Singaporean government saw this shift coming from a mile away, and they made a pivotal decision. It's time to protect what makes us special, while still staying open to the world. The 2026 visa reforms are a direct result of that thinking. They are meticulously designed to prioritize the most sought-after talent, tighten loopholes that have been exploited for years, and reward those individuals who are committed to contributing to the nation's long-term growth. But here's where it gets truly interesting. These rules don't affect everyone equally. For Americans, these changes could feel like a profound test, asking a very direct question. Are you truly coming here to build something lasting, or are you just passing through? Let's break down the new system, because this is where the rubber meets the road for any American hoping to move to or work in Singapore. Starting in January 2026, Singapore will introduce 3 new primary visa tracks that will fundamentally redefine how foreigners, including Americans, can live and work in the country. First, there's the Global Talent Pass, or GTP. This pass is set to replace the old Employment Pass, which many high-income professionals are familiar with. To qualify, an American will need to earn a minimum of SGD 15,000 per month. But it's not just about salary. You also have to be working in sectors that Singapore considers strategically vital, like technology, finance, artificial intelligence, and sustainability. But here's the crucial twist. Applicants will now undergo a local impact assessment. This means your company must prove that you are not simply replacing a qualified Singaporean, and more importantly, that your presence will add real tangible value to the local economy and workforce. Second is the brand new Flexible Work Visa. This is Singapore's direct answer to the global digital nomad revolution. This visa will allow remote workers who earn over 80,000 United States dollars per year to live in Singapore for up to 2 years, all without needing a local employer to sponsor them. However, there are conditions. Applicants will need to provide consistent proof of active remote income and have comprehensive health insurance coverage. The message is clear. Singapore wants to attract top-tier global talent, but without placing any additional strain on its public services. And third, for the entrepreneurs and startup founders, there's the EntrePass Plus. This revamped visa is designed to help American innovators launch their businesses faster, with significantly less red tape. But it comes with a firm requirement: a local investment of at least SGD 100,000 and the hiring of at least 2 Singaporean employees within the first year of operation. It's an undeniable signal. Singapore is opening its doors wider than ever for real innovation, but it's narrowing them for anyone who just wants to come and stay without giving back. But while these new opportunities are opening up, others are quietly disappearing. The long-term visit pass, which was once a favorite option for Americans who wanted to stay in Singapore for an extended period without working, is becoming much stricter. The new version will require substantial financial proof, demanding SGD 120,000 in savings, or a direct Singaporean family sponsor. Furthermore, there are whispers that the visa-free 90-day stay that Americans have long enjoyed might soon be reduced to 60 days, pending the final negotiations between the US and Singapore. This possibility alone has sent a wave of uncertainty and anxiety through the expat community. Those digital nomads who have been border hopping to neighboring countries to renew their stay may find that this well-worn loophole is about to be closed for good. For many Americans who have viewed Singapore as their easy, reliable Asian base, this is a serious wake-up call. The country is sending a powerful message. If you want to stay here, contribute. If you want to belong here, invest. So how are Americans currently living in Singapore reacting to this news? The answer really depends on who you ask. For those working in high-demand fields like tech, finance, and startups, the changes are largely seen as positive. They view the new Global Talent Pass not as a restriction, but as a form of recognition for their valuable skills. But for freelancers, artists, teachers, and many long-term expats, there's a palpable sense of anxiety. We've seen countless stories shared online from concerned Americans. One teacher, who has called Singapore home for over a decade, wrote, "I've lived here for 15 years, I've paid my taxes faithfully, and now I might not qualify to stay anymore." A remote worker posted a comment that resonated with many. "Singapore wants the best of the best, but it feels like the rest of us are being priced out of our lives here." It's a painful shift to witness, because for so long, Singapore has been seen as a true land of opportunity and impeccable order. But as we look towards 2026, that opportunity now comes with a much higher bar, and it's attached to a deeper, more personal question. Are you here to stay and build, or are you just here to benefit? If you are planning to visit, move, or work in Singapore in 2026 or beyond, please listen carefully. Tourists will still be welcomed with open arms. Short-term travel for Americans will remain easy, safe, and visa-free. But for anyone considering a long-term stay, you will need to plan months, if not a year, in advance. You will need to meticulously collect the proper documentation and be prepared to show a clear and defined purpose, whether it's for work, study, or entrepreneurship. Additionally, things like comprehensive health insurance, digital background checks, and a new level of financial transparency will now be standard parts of the application process. So here's what you should start doing right now. Before 2026 arrives, review your work eligibility or your business plans against these new criteria. Begin preparing your income or savings documentation. And most importantly, monitor the official ICA, the Immigration and Checkpoints Authority, website for updates. Do not rely on visa agents or promises of shortcuts. Singapore takes authenticity and integrity very seriously. The truth is, Singapore's new system is all about clarity. It wants people who bring value, not complexity. And if you fit that vision, Singapore will welcome you with open arms. Even with these stricter rules, Singapore remains one of the most desired destinations on Earth. But why is that? It's because Singapore is more than just a country, it's a promise. It's a promise of stability in an unstable world, a promise of safety, and a promise of real possibility. In a time when many nations are closing their borders or descending into chaos, Singapore continues to rise as a global model of order. A place where genuine effort still matters and where merit can still win the day. For Americans who have grown tired of the uncertainty back home, this is the core of what draws them here. So maybe Singapore isn't becoming harder to enter. Maybe it's simply becoming more selective in order to protect the very qualities that make it so great. So what does all of this really mean for you, for Americans, and for the future of Singapore itself? It means that the easy days might be over. But for the right people, for those who truly want to contribute, to learn, and to grow, they will still find their place here. Singapore isn't shutting its doors. It's simply asking a question of everyone who knocks. Are you coming here to take, or are you coming here to build? If your answer is to build, then these new 2026 visa rules are not an obstacle. They are an invitation. Because Singapore's next chapter isn't just written by government policies. It's written by the people who believe in its vision. People just like you. So if you've been dreaming of Singapore, don't give up on that dream. Prepare yourself. Plan with intention. And when those doors open in 2026, be ready to walk through them with purpose. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's thinking about moving abroad. And tell me in the comments, would you still consider moving to Singapore after hearing about these new rules?